That was crazy. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. This is the first dive I'm having back home in New Zealand. Yep, I'm back home, out there on the water, and I run into a few nice fish, so stay tuned. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. I am home. Home at last. Just in time for autumn. The sun's shining. The seas look nice and flat. And man, I can't wait to get out there. On a bit of a kai mission today. We need kai for home, obviously, because I've been away for so long, but we've also got my nephew's 5th birthday party this weekend, and we want some fish to take to that as well. So we're going to get out there and we're going to hope that there's a few fish around. All right, let's do it. Woo. All right, it's nice to be on the water on this kayak. Forgot how beautifully this thing moves along. But anyway, we've probably got about maybe a half-hour pedal to get to where I want to go. So turn the camera off, grind the pedals out, and hop in the water. Can't wait. Right, let's do this. Alright, so this is the first dive. This is my first dive back in New Zealand, and this is basically the first drop. I've hopped in the water, I've swum up to this ledge where I know that there is often snapper in this gutter here, and I'm just peering over, having a look around. And so I just take my time, have a good look around. Sometimes you'll find the snapper quite high up in the water column, and I don't see anything initially, so I start making my way down, and then I look over to my right and I see this snapper right here. I kind of do a bit of a start, reach out to shoot at it, but I've spooked it by starting, and it just moves out of the way. So then I look over to my left here and I can see a bunch of snapper schooling up in the gutter. So I decide I'm going to head back to the surface, take another good breathe up, and then come down from the other side.
Wow, snapper. Whew.
So after a good bit of time getting my breath back, I make a dive here, and I just slowly make my way up to the ledge. This is kind of the opposite side of the gutter, and I kind of try and just tuck myself down on the ledge, so I'm peering into the gutter and have a really good look in the gutter here. You see all these 2-spot demoiselles come, and they're kind of acting as a bit of a shield for me. They're covering me up and making me a little bit less visible to fish. So I'm quite content to just sit here and wait for a bit. And yeah, sometimes you just want to go charging down into the gutter and have a look, but sometimes it's actually better to just wait, particularly when you've got a whole lot of bait fish around. They'll cover you up,
sort of hide you from the snapper, and sometimes even make the snapper curious as to what's going on and make them come in. So I spend quite a bit of time here just relaxed on top of the ledge, and I'm just slowly looking around. I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm thinking about breathing, but I decide I'm just going to hang out for a little bit longer, and then I notice the snapper come in for a look. But he sees me, turns around, moves off, and I'm at the point now where I really do have to breathe, so I head back to the surface. So I rechecked that gutter again, but the snapper had all moved off. So I carried on snooping around the area and found this lovely little ledge with a nice gutter. So I look to the left first, don't see anything there, but when I look to the right, I see a nice snapper coming along the gutter. So I point the gun to it, reach out, it turns sideways, and I know it's about to bolt, so I take a quick shot. And unfortunately, the shaft just sails over its head, and I've missed it.
Damn it.
Well, I kind of stuffed that up, didn't I? Lots of snapper there, but man, I just couldn't get onto them. Ah well. Anyway, new spot. This can be pretty snappery here too, so let's hope. Fingers crossed.
So I have a look around this spot and managed to spook a couple of snapper, but I just can't quite get onto them. They're quite active. But I do notice there's some nice caves and things, so I start looking around for crayfish, and yep, before too long I find one here. A quick grab secures him. I have a look under here as well, just in case there's another one, but there's not. And head to the surface with my prize.
Yes, crayfish. Hopefully he's going to be legal. And if he is, I'm finally on the board. It's taken a while. Whew. Easy legal.
So I've found another crayfish here and went to the top, had a good breathe up, come down and work my way in this little hole here. It's quite dark and you can't really see it here, but there's a crayfish sitting right at the back, and I make a quick grab and I just get a hand to him. Kind of a little bit lucky on this one. I have to kind of reposition, wedge him against the rock, get my hand around his other feeler and then pull him out. But end up grabbing it, and that's crayfish number 2.
Yeah, nice, number 2. Whew.
Well, I only managed the 2 crays in that last spot, and spooked a few decent snapper as well, so everything's pretty wary. All the water's moving so much that the snapper aren't really sleeping, they're all quite active, which makes them really hard to sneak up on. So I've actually come around here to this other spot, and I'm fingers crossed for a king here.
I didn't have any luck in the kingfish spot, but I did shoot a kahawai. So I moved spots again and started making a burley for snapper. I was cutting chunks off the kahawai when a little snapper came in and started eating them right under me. So I dropped down, pick up my gun, and just lie down in a crack here. I'm soon surrounded by demoiselles, and the snapper, foolishly, swims right up to me. And yeah, I kind of thought it was going to impale itself on the spear, it got so close there. But yeah, it's a nice eating fish, and finally I'm on the board with a fish. And see, I've still got the kahawai that I'm cutting chunks off in my hand here. Made it sort of a little bit tricky to get the knife out and icky the snapper, but I managed to get it done and put the kahawai down as the burley, took the snapper back to the kayak, sorted it out, and then came back to check the burley. And so it's quite a nice approach here. You sort of drop down between a couple of rocks, plenty of cover so you don't spook the burley. A nice slow approach so you don't spook any fish that you might see off the burley. But I come over here, have a look, and there's another nice eating fish on the burley. So I reach out, wait for it to turn sideways, and get a shot away. And yeah, I'm super happy with this shot. It's a stone shot, kills the fish straight away so it doesn't struggle. And I'm able to back away from the burley and pull the fish with me. In this case, I'm really hoping that I haven't disturbed the burley too much. You can really see that stone shot there. That snapper didn't know what hit it.
Perfect. And yeah, sorry little demoiselle, that wasn't going for you. Perfect shot on the snapper though. Nice.
So I deposit my snapper in the kayak and then head off for a little snoop around. And I come back to the burley maybe 10 minutes or so later, and it is all on. We've got a bunch of snapper here, and I can see one really nice one on it. So reach out and take the shot. And yeah, I'm close to a stone shot here, but I don't quite get it. And unfortunately the snapper wraps itself around the weed on the top of this rock here. So I decide I'm heading back to the surface and I'll take a breather, see if I can free it up. I'm pretty sure I've got a solid shot in the snapper and it's not about to rip off, but sometimes you just can't be sure with these fish. So yeah, I pull on the shooting line. I'm kind of hoping that the line will rip out of the kelp, but it doesn't want to, and I only end up pulling myself under for a little bit. So I lie back on the surface and get myself nice and calm. There's no point in me going down to try and grab this fish if I'm all hyped up. But yeah, once I feel like I'm calm enough, I head back down and I decide I'm just going to grab the fish, try and get it to the surface and under control. I don't want to lose it, even though my shot looks pretty damn good here. So yeah, I grab it, pull it to the surface, and luckily the shooting line lets me bring it all the way to the surface. And yeah, I've got my snapper.
My snapper. I'm tangled around that weed still though. Fuck.
So anyway, I get my knife out, give the snapper the icky, put it out of its misery, and then get my line all untangled and take it back to the kayak, put it in the kayak.
You little beauty. Whew.
Back down again. I haven't even waited this time, I've just come straight back down for another look once I got everything sorted. And you wouldn't believe it, I have got another nice snapper moved in on the burley. So yeah, line it up and I almost get an identical shot into it as the last one, but this time it kind of goes around the weed the same way, but I managed to keep it out of it so it doesn't end up tangling. And now I've just got more of a pure fight on my hands. Snapper's swimming around like crazy, but it's not too long before it gets under control. These snapper usually will fight pretty hard right at the start, but they do give up pretty quickly. And yeah, that's snapper number 4.
Wow, I can't believe how many fish I've taken off this burley. This is incredible. Wow. This is another good eating snapper. You beauty.
Same deal with this fish. Give it a key, get it loaded onto the kayak, and I decide that worked so well, I'll do the same thing. Just load the gun, go straight back and check the burley. And this time it's significantly quieter than it was the last time, which is not really a surprise. I've just shot that fish over it. It struggled around a whole lot and kind of would have disturbed it, but I still see one more snapper there and it looks like the perfect size for my dinner tonight. So yeah, can't help myself, reach out and take it.
Number 5. You beauty.
Nowhere near the size of the other fish, but still a really good size to feed a couple of people. And yeah, that was coming home for me and Aya to eat for dinner.
That was crazy. The kiki spot just didn't work out, but I did shoot a kahawai. So I come in a bit shallower and cut the kahawai up as a burley. I took a bit of a gamble, and it's just been crazy. It's just been fish after fish after fish, and I've probably only been here, well, it'll be less than an hour. I got 5 snapper. This is the biggest one here. She's a beauty, beauty snapper. And yeah, basically I've just been shooting a fish, going back, dealing with it, reloading, going back over the ledge again and shooting another one. It's just been nuts. But yeah, 5 fish, I'm done. I am going to make my way back to the beach. Yoo-hoo. Alrighty, back at the beach, made it back. It's actually not far off dark. It's been a long day, but yeah, got the kayak all loaded on the trailer here and got the catch laid out. So we got the couple of nice size snapper. That one's maybe 10 pound, this one maybe going for 12 or 5 kilo, 6 kilo, something like that. We got 3 smaller ones and we got a couple of tasty crayfish. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. It's a really good haul, but like I said at the start of the video, we've got a birthday party that we need to cater for, and this is gonna do the job nicely. So I'm gonna shoot off, grab some ice, put these on ice, and we'll be cutting them up and preparing them tomorrow. Alright guys, well, I've just finished editing this video and I realised I completely forgot to film an outro. I had intended on doing some clips showing you what I was going to do with the kai and that, but ended up getting incredibly busy. An opportunity came up for me to go on a pretty cool trip and I was just frantically busy getting prepared for that. And yeah, forgot to film an outro, but you'll see more about that in the next video. But for now, I'm going to say thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.